This is a 1991 Geo Metro, and it's mine. Kind of. Not really. I'm working on it for a friend, but I'm pretending like it's mine. It doesn't run right now. It really won't start. Like, it used to start a few times. You have to crank it over every a few times before it would actually go, but now it's just not starting. And the oil is leaking everywhere. So even if it did run, it would leave a trail probably everywhere. First priority is getting the oil leak fixed and then getting it running. And then after that, probably move on to suspension, the door handle needs to be fixed, a few other things. Oh, the throttle cable too, I'll take a look at that. I don't know if you can tell, but that is not the stock radiator that came in here. Yeah, that came off a Hyundai Accent. Automatic one, so there is a automatic transmission cooler on that for basically no reason as well. It just kind of like comes off, so yeah, it must have gotten lost on the tow truck, but this usually has like a rubber band that holds it like right here, because what else is this thing for? This cable here, I thought I broke it, because I really haven't been able to diagnose that. I've just been like moving it for street sweeping purposes. But now that I've got it in a garage and I've got lights on it and shit, it's pretty obvious. It just ran out of its channel. Ooh, come on. Ow. My finger's getting caught in it. Alright, there we go. Alright, so that looks like first issue is actually fixed. I fucked it up in the first place, and now that I'm thinking about it, it is actually kind of easy to just like, I tried to like push it down, but it's meant to only be pulled, so it just ran out of the channel. Went ahead, removed the battery cables, and I got the negative terminal in here, positive terminal's just kind of down here. I also went ahead and took the front right wheel off. You can see there's a convenient little hole here, which I assume came from the factory, I hope so. But it also kind of looks like someone's done this before, possibly. Using this ratchet here to hold the crank tight and spin it around when I needed to. And then I was using this to loosen them. Unfortunately, as you can see up here, we did have one casualty. The head of that bolt snapped off. Right here. We'll see if we can extract that. I don't think this is mission critical, but, you know, just a good reminder. Slow down, make sure you're doing things right. So, I got these bolts out, you know, except for the one that I destroyed. Oops, let's not talk about that. So, now, yup, that just comes off. Just pull this belt off. Yeah. Got the water pump pulley off. So, I think, there we go. You can see all this gunk down here. This is kind of confirming my thoughts that, and what the forums said too, is likely that the oil leak is possibly from up here on the cam, but more than likely on the crank down there. Alright, so a little update. Had to run back home. I forgot this thing. It's pretty warm right now. I just used it on the crank bolt. You can see I got it off here. It's a little lodged in here right now. I'm thinking actually this hole is definitely not from the factory. Someone definitely drilled this. This should just come off, yeah. Not sure if there's a way to like align this back the way it was exactly. Oh, I think this slot here means it can only go on that way. You know, put a little mark somewhere real quick. Alright. Yeah, okay, I was right. There's only one way this goes on. That makes sense, because otherwise I don't really understand how the timing would work. Cover here. Yep, and this is the leaky seal. Yeah, if you can see that right there, there's just coated with oil everywhere. So, what I did is I put a self-tapper in it, grab it with some pliers, and just... Okay, I think I got it. Ooh. Ooh. There we go. Okay, just grab it, but I've already made that mistake. Yeah, pull this thing off. Ew. So yeah, this has definitely been leaking. Clean out the cam seal area right here. Using a sponge and some brake clean. We've got the area mostly cleaned. I'm just kind of rubbing it around the outside, using my other fingers to kind of just like clean it up a little bit. Probably unnecessary step, but you know, this engine's old, its tolerances probably aren't what they were from the factory. Alright, yeah, that's sitting in there pretty flush. Let's go ahead, wipe off the excess RTV around the outside here. Parts finally arrived. I had to go pick up a serpentine belt myself, but I got this, the tensioner pulley here. It's not on fully there yet, but you can tell it's nice and shiny. I put the belt back on. Off camera, I marked the belt up, matching the other one. Yeah, the indicator that says top dead center on the sprocket right here, saying we're also at top dead center here, specifically is the one. Turned it over a few times, this being top dead center, this being the marker saying that it's at top dead center. It's a little bit weird to see since it's like tilted like this, so yeah, that's on there. And then if you look down there, that we're at top dead center. Well, you're right. Yes. Plus. So, I finally managed to get the serpentine belt on. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the valve cover gasket. There are these horrible little, like, things, grommets I'm pulling off. Whoopsies. I managed to clean up the mating surface here. Took off the old gasket, put the new one in here. Gonna get a little bit of oil on here and put it around the edge. As you can see, the rest of them got a little bit of RTV high temp stuff on the corners there, just to make sure that that gasket seals properly. Okay, managed to get this on. I crept these up. I started torquing them at like 40 foot-pounds, then 60, and then I got them at like 70 and then 80. And I'm scared to go anymore. It's supposed to be like 96, but I'm gonna, or not foot-pounds, inch-pounds, sorry, holy crap. I would have snapped these in half. And also you can kind of see in here a little bit, the RTV is leaking out a little bit, but it's to be expected. That means we used enough, but not too much. It's not like going everywhere. And then I tried to make it so it didn't go into the engine, but it can actually survive a little bit of RTV in there. Shouldn't, but this already ran RTV through it before. I'll put up like a picture of how the oil pan looked at one point. It was nasty. Okay, in an effort to try and turn the hazard lights off, created this. I think I'm gonna go disconnect the battery. Car is back together, it's got a new battery in it. It's just not starting. Not turning over. It could just be that the starter just failed. I don't know. I gotta do more research on this. Today we're installing the starter, the new starter wiring. I've already gone ahead, disconnected the battery, and I've got it in here. It's just kind of chilling right here, and then it's grounded to this ground here. I gotta run the positive wire to here, which is on the positive terminal of the battery. I don't love this, where this cable's gonna be. And then I've got these two, which are gonna connect to the starter. So I went ahead and moved this because I realized these wires going to the starter are longer than I thought they were. So that actually means this red wire doesn't have to go through the middle of the engine bay, thank God. It can kind of go behind here and meet up with the battery there.